I keep on watching freaking YouTube videos of the Sailor Moon collection on ColourPop. And that really shows I really need to go and know by, because in my less depressed brain, I can realize that palette is not for me. And I keep watching videos, reviews and stuff. And a lot of people say, not a lot of people, that Goshe, that it's like a pastel kind of neon, and if you didn't have the electric palette, then you can get the ColourPop one. And I obviously have it, and obviously not that used. Just bashing myself in this video. Yeah, I brought this out, and along with the electric palette, which I also love. So yeah, the thing is, I have a lot of palettes that I love, and so I don't really need a palette with shadows that I don't even love that much. The one I really loved about it is like canary yellow, and like I have these mustardy yellows. This one, well, as you can see in camera, yeah, it looks more like it. And with these two, it would be a canary yellow. I also have the one yellow in the Aura palette. Right here, bright ass yellow. And you know, I've just been feeling yellow lately. I haven't liked that color in a while. Because usually I look pretty light right now. This is the lightest I've ever been. But usually when you tan back in like the early 2000s, people would just always put yellow on you, purple, pretty much like these colors on you when you're tan. Like, oh, like you're tan, like tan people look good in color. People don't realize just like cool, warm tone, clear, non-clear. I forgot. That sounds weird. But like intensity, opacity, like strong opacity, not like a lot of people are surprised how black my natural hair color is. So I'm seeing on the clear side. Yeah, and I just think, okay, start putting on makeup now. Well, thought I have some on, but it's very natural. I have some of the glazing eye gloss from Butter London, because I didn't know it's usually more watery than this, so I'm trying to use it up. And it's good for a highlight, as you can see. It's kind of fading away. It's very light. And, well, it is oily up in here. So I might as well, like, use the colors, because, see, my mind right now, I just love completing, like, extending my collection, kind of like a wardrobe, like your clothes wardrobe, and having different stuff come together, and like being in multi-purpose. And I liked how it was, like Shay said that, like I know her, but she said there's more of a neon like this, and then Kenny JD said that it's like more of a stronger pastel, like neon but kind of pastel. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Then you can use it. You can like use it softly. You can like put on an eyeshadow, be like a soft neon. And I realized why I do that, because I know the whole reason why I didn't like care for extremely unpigmented shadows, or extremely on the other spectrum pigmented shadows, because I always think buildable colors are best. And if they're like pigmented like this, then all you need to do is have a fluffy brush and it's fine. So yeah, I have, can't really tell. It's just the tone I put into my eye, but I used the two mustards in here. Kind of want to see what will happen if I mix this one with the yellow in here. But yeah, I realized also what made me really like it is the, you know, packaging, and that's just a sign that my mind is just going crazy, because I would never buy something for the packaging. Like, even like this one, like obviously the packaging is big and bulky, but you know, has a lot of product, has a color corrector here and here. This was another color corrector I just took out and something else. Can hold 2 brushes and a mirror, like it's fine. Like it's kind of bulky, it was kind of gross, but like in the end you don't put this on your face, you put the cream, you put the product on your face, so it's like whatever. And what made me realize that before I got into YouTube was that for packaging, if you really like it, like the exact packaging, you can print it out. Or if you want a higher resolution of it, you can go to like Office Depot or those places that print high quality prints and then put it on your palette, because it's like cheaper that way, even because like you already bought the palette and you're just putting it on top, probably protecting it too, because you know after you use it for a while it just kind of gets worn from fingerprints. Like this looks clean like this, but it's the soft touch packaging. So then the soft touch packaging kind of like goes away and it leaves just the regular cardboard, and sometimes in between it coming off gradually it gets kind of sticky. So like I can do that. So I love the color of this, but I don't know I don't know. It's okay, but it's just packaging anyway. So I'm gonna mix the yellow, that one. But yeah, and I thought, you know, especially for me right now, like, do I want to break my Novi with this palette? And I was like, no, because I remembered then the first thing I thought of was Sailor Moon tea. Yes, there is Sailor Moon tea online. It is creasing up a storm up in there. Yeah, there's, well, there's Sailor Moon tea, and there's multiples. Like there's Sailor Moon tea not just for the Sailor Scouts, but even for Tuxedo Mask, and that's where I found it. Other YouTuber, she like talks about tea and tea time, and she has a podcast also. I think I just follow on YouTube now, but yeah, that's where I found out there's like Sailor Moon teas that like some of them are based off like the vibe of the Sailor Scouts, and they go with the taste of that or the look of it. And the Tuxedo Mask has some roses in it because he throws roses, and like one is Sailor Jupiter, but it's not more about her like green look, but it's more about how she loves to bake and loves to cook and stuff like that. So it's like very sweet, but it has some like earthy colors, earthy flavors in it. So yeah, and then tea is good for you, you know. And I obviously need to. This is just finished a whole bottle of Coke. Maybe that's why I'm riled up. But yeah, and you know, I love these palettes, like the ones I have right now. So there's no reason at all for me to buy that palette. You know, I might buy the blushes though, because I am getting into blushes. It is not showing anything. I do have a cream on top. I did not set my foundation. Looking kind of oily, but I'm kind of feeling it. Like, it looks like I have really moisturized skin, but I do not. The glitter is, now I know the glitter does not work well with oil. Good to know. It comes off. See, thing is, this is like, I go back and forth kind of constantly. Like this one, like when it first came out, like this is, everyone loves like really pigmented shadows, and this is when things were more harder pressed. So this is pretty pigmented for a harder pressed palette, but this color, I'm using a fluffy brush. Never mind, I thought it was a glitter from my Butter London, but there is like orange glitter in here. I didn't know that. But it barely shows up on me. You kind of see it there. It is a warmer yellow green. So I also wanted another reason not to buy the palette, because just like this color doesn't, not every color is gonna look great on me. And I was like, oh, then that, sorry. But, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna continue. But yeah. And every color is gonna look great on me. This one, even though it's like kind of sheer, I thought like, oh, that one's gonna look great on me right away, and I'm really loving yellow. But I can obviously make it work for me if I don't use a fluffy brush. And also, like, this would be cool to, if I do want to wear warm colors, like I can warm this up and add this orangey, some orange and yellow sparkle to it, which I did not know it had. I thought it was, and it's really coming out a lot more. I think it'll look really pretty. It's a good base. It's like a matte with a sparkle, but I think the sparkle can show through. Very iridescent looking, more like. But yeah, it was like, anyways, that didn't work. But I do feel like putting pink in the crease, because I keep seeing what a lot of people doing is a really blown out pink crease. I'm feeling it. And before I had all this eyeshadow, ironically I had more fun. But before I had all this eyeshadow, what made me want to get a bigger collection was to like copy eye looks. And now that I have every color of the rainbow, pretty much literally now, yeah, because I got a pink palette finally, so now I have every color. I don't need to buy any more shadow. Everything can be mixed together to create a different look. So obviously this is the pink. And I just want it kind of like really, really blown out. See, like this, I'm pretty sure will be like in the pan. For me, like this light, how this pink is lightly going on there, on me. And I'd rather have a palette like this, where it's like this strong of a color, but if I just use a fluffy brush, then it'll just be a lighter version of itself, as opposed to having different eyeshadows with different pigmentation, I guess. Ironically, I have one palette like that, but it's more for the colors in it, and it's like the easiest finger palette ever. Finger palette has, like, I can use my finger for a whole smoky look, and it looks pretty good. And like, yeah, like here, I am totally satisfied with that. You cannot see anything. Need to do another night, but yeah. And what's like even more great is that I found out someone made a whole Sailor Moon like planner. I thought it was just a planner holder for a 3-ring planner binder, but I was gonna use the word planner. But it is a whole planner and cover with it. Let me just take out the creasing. Yeah, someone made a whole Sailor Moon like stationery set. Like there's like the person made pens and stuff like that. It's on Etsy, of course. It's called Sailor Moon Studio, and yeah, it's a really high quality. Like there's 2 types. One has like Princess Serenity on it, and it's just like, you know, there's embossing where it goes in out. The Princess Serenity is like embossed in, and it's like really high quality. It's like $30, but those ones are really expensive. It looks like a leather planner. I didn't look into it that much, because then I would want to buy it, and I don't want the feeling of buying things again. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, before I like used to get interested by things, even if like, oh, I want to buy that maybe someday or something like that, or even if not, I just like looking at. But now it doesn't really bring me that much joy. So yeah, but I love telling you guys about it. If you thinking about buying a palette, like I just watched Samantha March's review on it. I was curious seeing on different people, and for different ideas, and she said that even people who aren't a big Sailor Moon fan want to get it now because people are hyping it up so much. Well, I don't want to say that. A lot of people seem to enjoy the palette, which I can kind of see why a lot of people think that, because honestly, I thought they're going to be very powdery, light pastels also, and they perform pretty pigmented. So that's why, like, if you have if you don't expect much from it, and it gives you that plus more, then of course you're gonna like the palette. You know what I mean? Well, of course it's gonna seem good. That sounds pessimistic, but it's like, like, oh, when you're pleasantly surprised. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what a lot of people were. Because on all the promo pictures, it looks super light, especially with the backgrounds and stuff they use. So, yeah. I think it looks good. That loud? Oh no. Yeah. And just like, I don't know, I just have such a good brain. I don't know how to explain it. But now, it's like, I don't really I'm just like, okay with anything. Like, I don't know, my muscle of restraint isn't very good anymore. I did stress myself out a lot, and I do know I admit I am very depressed. I always been depressed. I have clinical depression. I had symptoms all my life. I always thought I had really bad depression anxiety. I never had it to this extent. Of course, a lot of things are combining with it to make it worse. So I shouldn't be so hard on myself that my shopping my decision making isn't as great. Because everything right now, like, your brain is only allowed to do like decide so many things a day. Like after that, it doesn't get that well. And for me, even like just doing little things like what cup I should drink, should I do this, should I do that? Like, I'm always questioning myself. So I'm like I'm making myself decide so many things throughout the day. Maybe we should stop adding more, because this is the pink that stains the eyes, and I feel like my eyes are getting more even. I had pigmentation along this whole time for my eyes, my eczema, but yeah, I kind of like this look right now, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like a warm pink with this. Looks like nothing, but yes. So yeah, and it really made me realize I really should go on that palette. No, again. Made me realize there's other things in my life that I could improve besides makeup. And other things if I like something, there's always some other option, I guess, that improves my life better, or like I don't really want it, And unless you just talk about it, though. Yeah. So you don't have to buy the palette. There is teas. There is and I'm thinking of stuff now. I just need I originally wanted this to be a combination of all the looks. I don't know why I think I could think that without reference. I don't know, I just wanted the film. But this lip color looks really great on camera, but it looks crazy in real life. It looks like it looks it looks muddy on the edges and then really bright in the middle. But now it looks like brownie pink. I don't know. It's okay. At least I have a lip color from camera. But yeah. So you don't have to buy the palette. There's a lot of other things you can get now. Sailor Moon Lunchbox. There's a whole Sailor Moon collection there. I just bought some rings from Burlington, and that was my plan, right? I was going to buy these Sailor Moon rings now because I have before I didn't really like them. I threw out all my rings before because they just weren't working. And I found ones that are really, really extremely comfortable. Good size. They stay on my fingers. Don't have a weird gap because I have, you can see my fingers kind of like go inward here and then pick up the knuckle. So usually it's kind of either too loose or too small. That one's like perfect, and it doesn't feel like too. It's not. It's so comfortable that you can't feel it. So I kind of like feeling my jewelry because I think I lose it. So I play with my jewelry a lot, or just no one likes to lose things, so I don't really. I like knowing that my jewelry is there. Yeah, there's like Sailor Moon, a whole set of Sailor Moon rings, and what I like about going through this journey of looking for other stuff besides this palette, of stopping myself from seeing it, was that Sailor Moon, there's so many different differentiations, there's so many different ways people have drawn Sailor Moon now, have made renditions of her now, because we're all grown up. The good thing about that is that people are so artistic and smart now that they created like Sailor Moon washi tape, like I said, the stickers and stuff like that. What I really like was more of my like personal aesthetic for Sailor Moon. What I think of Sailor Moon, like how to explain it. Sailor Moon, like the original art is very girly. I don't know how to explain it. Very light, airy. Kind of like, soft packaging, kind of like this kind of feel. It's like, can't say letters, but yeah, very like, sweet looking. And that smells really good. I need to use this more. Anyways, yeah, but then on me, that's not my personal aesthetic. So that's the thing. Like I love, like that's why everyone's buying it. Is they love Sailor Moon, but it's not always their personal aesthetic. Doesn't mean that could be your personal aesthetic. The thing about nostalgia, though, is that even if you use it, it still will make you happy. That's the thing, though, because right now, ironically, I did love Sailor Moon younger, the series. I didn't love, like, the main character of Sailor Moon. I was more of a Sailor Jupiter person. But, like, now I'm older and, like, rewatching it, I kind of understand. Like Sailor Moon, like back in the day, a lot of people like bagged on her because she was like whiny, but I didn't know that she's in like middle school. Like the original series, she's not in high school; she's in middle school, and like she's asked to save the world. Like if you think about because before I really like extremely strong, fearless characters. That's what I needed in my life at the time. So I thought especially before where there's not really a lot of women characters, people use that as a way to say that she's emotional or something like that. And, I guess you can say, first wave feminism, they think it was oh, she's an emotional woman kind of thing. So that's why I wanted like a polar opposite, like how women wore big shoulders in the 80s, padding to show like it was a way, it was like something to show power back then, because that was the first time women were able to get more higher paying jobs. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I am very much, I'm very much like doing the opposite to like prove a point. But now I realize there's like value in just being who you are. And I kind of like how Sailor Moon just, was honest with her emotions, honest with being vulnerable and being scared. Because, like, everyone is some way. It's just that she was more honest about it. So that's why I don't like Sailor Moon now. This is taking a weird turn. yeah, and then the thing about that palette, what I really like is that for Sailor Moon, like what really grew on me was that new Sailor Moon. It like kind of exploded on Pinterest, but it's like Sailor Moon with like bandaged up and stuff like that. Like obviously she like looks like she went through a fight, and this is like a fight like a girl. And, like I don't like fighting. I don't even like shooting fake guns. I don't like yeah, I don't even like yelling at people. Like it makes myself sad if I yell, even if like it's just like raising your voice. I get very sad about that. So I don't like fighting. Like I don't like fighting, but the idea of it, like, because most people say that's a negative, right? See, this is me about being opposites. Like fight like a girl, that means like you aren't fighting hard enough. You're not fighting tough enough. And this one, because obviously they're Sailor Scouts, they are fighting like a girl, and I kind of like how they look, like they've been through a fight. Because I watched a lot of anime and even action films, and every time there is a woman in it, like they're like so pristine looking, and like you see them fighting with like rolling in dirt, but why are they so perfect looking? You know what I mean? Like that isn't how I never really understood. I kind of get it, like Hollywood and things like that. They want things to look pristine, but it's like I don't know. I feel like that kind of made it like women have to be perfect all the time, even if they're in this brutal fight. I kind of like how it showed like there's different versions of Fight Like a Girl with all the Sailor Scouts being bandaged up and like have like bruises and like cuts and stuff like that, because that's what happens. Even if you're a good fighter, you're going to get hit. Yeah, sorry, because my friend is a secondary black belt. So yeah, the point of being like if you're sparring in a fight, you're gonna get hurt, even if you're a good fighter, because you get hit in a fight. I don't know. So yeah, and I don't know. I really like that image, and it shows them kind of like they are like a little bit more like muscular and stuff like that, and the skirts are it still looks like the Sailor Scouts, but a little bit more rough looking. Like the etching on the pictures stuff are like a little bit harsher. Yeah, and that has extended to them like being like motorcycle style, kind of like jackets and vests and stuff like that. So those are the ones I really like. I just found on Etsy that there is screen prints that you can screen print on. No wait, they screen printed a fabric and you can put it on their vest or jacket. So yeah, and people made that, and I would much rather have that than a palette. Then obviously, I just use what is it? I just used 3 palettes, you guys. I just realized that I used 3 palettes to make this very simple as like. Well, this is simple for me. You can't really see. My throat is hurting. But yeah, it's just like, especially now that I've been. Oh, what is this? Oh, I've been doing more natural makeup, and what is it? Yeah, I've been doing more natural makeup, and I don't really need all those eyeshadows to make it look now. To make it look easy to recreate a look or have an image in my head. Sorry, and like pick it up and sorry. I'm doing this while I'm waiting to stream Monster X's Hero. Yes, this one has birthday, so happy birthday. I've never been a person to say that, but now I am. Like I know him, but oh yeah, okay, it's fine. If I need to clear, see, this is why I think it's a good thing I never was a fan. Like not of Monsta X. I always was a fan of their music, but not like a person who streams and voted and stuff like that. Because man, it's a lot of work. Like holy crap, like streaming to get a lot of views takes up a lot of time. I thought it's easy, but it's surprisingly, it's like the point of people say don't multitask, but even just clicking on videos, doing that. Also, my computer is very slow, and it's just yeah, very hard to get a lot of views. And you see, these videos are all like short, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and you think you can do something in between, but it's kind of like, oh, if I want to like spot clean this brush to get it all out, it will take me that whole time of the video, but then I have to stop and then restart it and then do all these things to get another view. Yeah, but I do like how everyone's coming together, and I see a lot of people in the comments who aren't Monbebe, and they are helping, and it's very nice to see. I like this version of community better. I like how people are banding together. It's just like, it warms my heart. And it's kind of reminds me of like first time YouTube, like when people did YouTube first, and like when people were getting kind of recognized by bigger brands and seeing that, oh, it's a legitimate job, and brands saw value in them. That people, even if they weren't friends in real life, they like congratulated them for like winning an award or winning a brand deal, because it was really hard before, and everyone kind of banded together because they knew the struggle. So it's kind of like it. It's I like how like this is bringing a lot of people together. Anyways, back to this thing. So yeah, the thing about that. So then there is that thing. I honestly thought of, oh, since I'm not buying the palette, I can buy all these like office supplies. That's also not good because I don't use my office supplies that much. Office supplies, stationery. There you go. What office? My office is this couch and a desk upstairs. In my dad's bedroom. So more like a little spot like this much, because the desk is small and the computer's on top to prevent it from getting dirty. So that's like my legit office. But yeah, and it's so I don't really need to buy all those just because I'm not buying the palette. The point was to not buy, to only buy things you really love. And I really do love those Sailor Moon washi tapes, because I now seen the value in washi tape. And how I see it, there is a good thing. There is a thing about just making something to your liking. Like, there's a value to making something just pretty, just because. It's not pretty, but like aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, and that makes you happy. Before this, I was extremely practical person. I did not allow myself to slip up very much, and if I did, I was very hard on myself. So now I'm like loving washi. But do I need to buy all of them because I didn't buy the palette? No. And it's the problem with being open to a lot of things is that like, oh, this is pretty, like I would get it. And especially since Etsy is made by an independent person and it goes more directly to the people, less labor, less child labor. That's what I always think of, because they're making most of them are making it themselves, besides like the paper products or something, that whoever made the paper. But there's even more aesthetically to my pleasing. The palette is someone made like the more cartoonish, like funny ones. I do like I did like Sailor Moon for the comedy part of it, like the silliness of her. So I really liked it of her for that. And then people are making like not posters, like I don't know, like folders and things like that with like different like funny Sailor Moon things. But see, people say I'm gonna need to put this 720. I don't know. The thing about redoing your thing is that you need to put the 720, and I did not. Well, at least the reviews went up though. 99, 782, 798. And so yeah, the funny thing about when you write comments is that you see yours first. Then I just see myself over and over again. 792, 798, 782, 798. But that person was 26 seconds ago. So, oh, one person a minute ago. Oh, see, these people are so cute. We are heroes, mama base. Like, okay, this person says right here. Censor your words, no use emojis. Watch other MX songs between. Don't use ad block. YouTube has been deleting views. I'm pretty sure they have been too. Because, okay, so technically, 1 minute ago, this is a 4-minute 14 video. I have, that is 3 people, no, 3 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because when the video is 4 minutes and 14 seconds long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6 people watching the video. So ideally, that should be 6 people within like a span of a minute that should be getting the views, right? So I think there should be lean comps. And now I know why people are such like big fans and buy merch, because you're like equally, like I keep saying you equally work as hard as them, but you don't. But you are putting effort into recognition. Like it isn't solely in charge of the marketing company, the idols anymore, or the singers anymore. Like the fans equally need to put in effort. Besides just, you can't. I used to think like I was a fan because I would watch all their music videos and listen to their songs because they have good music. But then I realized the views are so big on some K-pops. I keep saying K-pop. I don't like really like using the word K-pop. Some music videos, some views are so big, not because actually like 99 million individuals watch, but it's like select people watching over and over again. So I did not know that. I thought streaming meant like watching the same video multiple times a day. I didn't know people watch every 15 minutes. And like I timed it one time, like doing every 15 minutes, like how many views can I get? It's not that many views, you know? So like, yeah, anyways. Either way, so Sailor Moon. Yeah, you don't need to buy the palette. There's so many other things that can fit your lifestyle that is also Sailor Moon. Especially now. More readily available with Lunchbox too. Like, dude, I saw a thermos. I saw a thermos, I don't know, there's like 2 types of caps on it. I think one's for tea, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, if someone even had the rings. I'm going all over the place. I think I need to redo this video. This one though. But the thing is, I keep saying you don't need to buy the palette, but I'm thinking about that person like me back in the day. This would be like my palette of few. Like, I don't have many. Like, this will be a standalone palette, and it'll be the only one I'll be using. Like a person, like the type of girl who like only has this shadow and wants to get a palette. And if that palette is your aesthetic, color-wise and texture-wise, that really is the texture of eyeshadows is also a big thing for me. Like Urban Decay Electric Palette, I actually realize I don't like neon colors that much, but this type of shimmers in here, I really love the texture of these shimmers. Like on the eye, they look more of a satin, so that's what I really like. So, see, I need to put this HD. Okay. Anyways. Oh, light. One day ago. Ooh, watching The Mummy with an actual Egyptologist. Yeah. I don't know. Oh man. See, I just really love Card's song too. Anyways, let me put some headphones. I keep like pausing because I hear myself. I'm not comfortable with it. Okay. Low battery. Okay. Anyways, so like, I don't know. Okay, right. The single eyeshadow girl like me who thought only had like a few palettes. Now my mindset has changed since I have. I don't know. I don't think I have so many. Considering how I do makeup. But like, let's see, what palettes do I have? I didn't have many. A lot of these are technically bought recently. I think this is the palette I had for the longest time. Like for example, like, do you want to buy this palette? So for now, this is the only palette I had. Did I have another one? Those are all new. I think I just had shadows. Yeah. I don't see a palette here that I had. Single shadows. I started with mineral makeup because I thought that's what would make my eyes red. It's not. Everything is not opening. But I had a lot of single shadows. Oh, sorry. This was like very beginning where most things were like even then not many like palettes weren't such a big thing. But yeah, I bought the natural version of the Naked 2 palette. So yeah, but this isn't even natural version of the Naked 2 palette. I keep forgetting this is from where I put my Tarte blush. But yeah, so I just had a bunch of singles like that. I believe most of the palettes I had back in the day just weren't ones I loved. So even if you didn't have ones you love, so don't think about those, or to think about how you use them every day. If you do put on eyeshadow every day, and you can work with them, kind of thing. So take that palette and see if it works with it. Like right now, if I just had this palette, and to expand my collection, I'll say like, does it fit well with it? Because as you can see right here, these are all metallics. They call this a satin. Oh, no, this is a satin. This is an iridescent. But even though this is a satin, it applies like a satin, but after a while it's gonna turn metallic after staying on your eye for a little bit. So yes, I just realized something. Putting the palette like this, I like it much more than putting it like this. Like this one, because here they want you to use a palette like this, but if you put it like this, like I like pink, blue, and gold better, and these dark colors together and these light colors together. Like people don't usually wear eye looks. That's not how people work. One's too dark, one's too light, but then I like kind of an interest like that. Anyway, so this is what I think of, like, literally turn your palette on its head, see if you see different ways of using it, and see if the palette complements it. I know a lot of people don't like using two palettes at once. I used to hate that. I used to hate how like people would do a tutorial with two palettes, like, because palettes are expensive, like $45. This is ColourPop, so people, but you know, money is money, and you should be careful, especially if you're gonna buy the other ones, like the glitters or the blushes. So, and everything kind of ends up even though they're cheap. Like I had a bunch of cheap makeup before. Oh, I still do. They're not bad. Cheap as in inexpensive. It still ends up to like $100. You know what I mean? Even though they're inexpensive because it's multiple $10 things. You know what I mean? And you need a lot to create a face. I think so. Unless you have perfect skin, which most people don't, or perfect texture on your eyelids or whatever. If not, good for you. I applaud you for embracing your texture on your skin. But for me, I don't know, I do like the shininess of it. But yes. So look at that palette. Look at this one. my requirement personally for me for palettes, I know I said like, do they work good together and do they work good separately? Like, even though this is all metallics, I can work with this individually and do an eye look. Honestly, it took me a long time to finish this because I wouldn't prefer to. Also because before I was very, very emollient before, and I'm a very light, I pick up a very light user of my shadows. Like I pick up my shadows very light so it wouldn't pick up on my brush. So the type of brushes I use didn't work very well. But now I have brushes work very well, and since a little bit older, it's getting more a little bit more powdery. So anyways, sorry, getting off track. But yes, so look at those two palettes separately. I don't know, I kind of feel like, I'm just gonna put this for reference, but yeah, so this is the Sailor Moon palette. Like right now I see stuff going together with it, not here but like around this darker area. Like I think it could look kind of cool, and like if I take it apart I can use them separately. Because the thing is, I used to think it's kind of stupid to use two palettes, but then you realize just to have it sit there and only use it like when you use the whole palette once, you know, you won't be able to use it before its expiration date. I know people have shadows for longer, but you know, it's like nice to finish it when it's at its prime formula, you know what I mean? Or the formula that you prefer the shadows to be in. But so like it's kind of good to like use a lot of shadows in your eyes if you find that fun. And then makes me feel a little bit more creative. Like I said, here I used 3 shadows today and a Butter London glazing eye gloss, but it's still an extremely soft look. The thing about, like, people think using a lot of colors means like using a lot of colors and your eye ends up looking like a bunch of colors like this, but using a lot of colors also means that you have a lot of infinitely transition, like a lot of transition in between colors to make it seem more blended. I put on like mustards and a little bit of this as like a face powder kind of thing, and it creates for just a very like blended out look and makes things kind of seamlessly go into each other. So yeah, if you want to buy that palette. But yes, so that's a question you should ask. Because the thing is though, I don't want to sound like I know things, but like, because I don't. I do not have a makeup license because I cannot afford it, and I am honestly too scared to go because of family problems. But anyways, through learning on my own, through YouTube videos, I realized even if like the palettes are too light in the palette, you can kind of work with it in different ways. Like as you can see, this one has a dent in it. Not because I use it a lot as eyeshadow, but I use it a lot as highlighting the face in a very natural way. Like I have very like big cheeks, but it's like a very natural, soft way to highlight. You can use a eyeshadow and it's more pigmented, so but yeah, and using with an actual face brush, just applies it very lightly. It's not like you're putting extreme amount of eyeshadow. Let me just like tone down There we go. And done, powdered. See, and using dispersed, it's not that bad. Now I'm just into powdering my face right now. Okay. I don't know, I feel like posting it, just I don't really care right now. This is what I usually do. I take my, like a lightning powder and put it in between my eyes. Because I like the look of my hooded eyes. And I don't know, I feel like the dark, a lot of people who have hooded eyes put darkness here. Like in the front, but I don't know. See, if I put light, I already just have a natural shadow coming in here. And it looks, I don't know. And done. So yeah, so that's the thing about shadows. You can use it as face powder. But the thing is, the problem with me right now is that like, oh, I can use those as face powders. But do I need more face powders? The answer is again is no. I have a really good setting powder. I have these. These are, oh, these actually are shadows. These are shadows I use as contour. You can see, very much cool, very, very cool, which I prefer because I am very cool toned. I'm a cool toned olive, just like right now. Okay, so this one, like this is like pretty much like an eraser. It's very light, but and then people like bake underneath to create like a lighter color. So yeah, like other thing is now I was like, oh, I can use this as a face powder. I can use this as like a crease kind of thing, like to like erase or blend too high. But the first priority of eyeshadow palette is, can you use it as eyeshadow? You know what I mean? You know. So, yes. It's quickly becoming a very sculpted face. This is what happens when I make every YouTube video. But yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, how long has it been? I wanted this video to be like more of a thing about celebrating other Sailor Moon things, the Beatles, because there's so many great Sailor Moon stuff out there now. Like, sorry, I've been on like a Sailor Moon hunt for like even just fan art. A lot of people are doing redrawing of scenes. That's kind of cool. Like they take literally like a scene from Sailor Moon and they redraw it in their own style, and it looks really cool. Like people have really like people have really changed Sailor Moon into their own now. So now you don't really need that palette because you'll find a Sailor Moon version that works the best for you, even more than the palette. Because there's so many good artists right now and so many people making great things. Like if you don't want to buy from independent artists, because I know, like, you know, not everyone has a like PayPal ready to pay for things online. Box Lunch has Sailor Moon rings, a set. Sailor Moon earrings that are pretty nice. They're studs though. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not a fan of studs, but so I didn't buy them. They're like the thing is, I was even about to buy the studs, but it's like they're just gonna sit in the drawer, or I look at them very happily, but I wouldn't use them. Like I wouldn't, like, my love for Sailor Moon trumps the way wouldn't trump the way I feel about like wearing them, because I feel like when I wear studs they kind of just disappear on me. Like if I wear tiny studs, people are like, oh yeah, she's wearing earrings, but for me it just kind of like disappears on me. Like I just have a lot of face and a lot of hair. Just black hair just won't, it just like, I don't know, it gets lost on me. And I just feel like when I buy something and I wear it, and especially if I wear it, it should be seen, kind of thing, you know. Like it should be seen, and of course it should make me feel good. And studs don't make me feel good, so I didn't buy it. But the studs are very beautiful. Like the design, it looks like you can tell it's Sailor Moon, but more than the rings. The rings more slightly Sailor Moon themed. So if you don't want to be full on Sailor Moon, you can buy the rings. They're more subtle. They look more. I feel like they look more put together. Like if you buy the rings separately as a set, you wouldn't know Sailor Moon. But if together, you can kind of tell. But for the studs, you can definitely tell they're Sailor Moon. But it's still very dainty and like delicate looking, but a little bit more expensive looking. So that's kind of nice. So they have that. And they also have that kind of like distressed vest. I think they do. I don't know if a lot of things are out of stock right now, so they have that, and they have, yeah, we have that, but I think only for Sailor Moon, not for the other Sailor Scouts. I'm thinking about this little stand I had in my mall, so I don't know about everyone else's mall. Of course, it's online. Also have t-shirts too. I don't like them because they're kind of, it's a purposely faded look, and I mean, honestly, I do really like them. I love that purposely faded look, but it doesn't look good on me. You know how some people are like, ooh, they have like faded clothes and like distressed, and it looks cool on them. Mine, like, oh, like they look like badass. If you wear it on me, it looks like, why are you wearing an old shirt? Like it doesn't look badass on me. So I can't, even though I love them, it's not I don't get the effect that I love that I think I look like in it. So can't buy those shirts. Do you have a Sailor Jupiter shirt though? So that's kind of cool. Even Sailor Moon purse, I believe. Yeah, there's so many things. Everyone knows the old Japanese branded Sailor Moon stuff. That's crazy expensive, and you can buy that if you want. If you're lighter, or you can work with the colors. Some of the colors are very pigmented, so those are darker, so you can wear that. But for me, the reason why I really wanted palette is the cover, how it's like that when it turns, and it's more of a silly version, so that's why I really liked it. But now just looking up Etsy, I just looked up Sailor Moon washi and just like a bunch of stuff just like that. So Yeah. 1 hour of going back and forth and trying to do something. Anyways, exciting. I wanted to celebrate, I guess. I wanted to say about some things. Oh yeah, there's one I really wanted. There's a Sailor Moon like hair clip, Barrett. How come I say that word? When I think of the word, I can't say it correctly, but it's Barrett. There we go. And I can say it. I have to think about it. But it's kind of cool. It has like little dangly. It has chain. It has some chains dangled on it, and I think it's a moon. It has all the different Sailor Scout colors on it, and I don't know. Since it, Box Lunch is like they're marketing towards adults, so they want to make it more subtle. But since the chains are so subtle, I kind of wanted it to be a more Sailor Moon theme, since it's already like chains and there's a moon on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. My hair is too short now. I think it look kind of cool. Right here is my hair. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. There's like so many good Sailor Moon stuff right now. Even if you don't want to buy anything at all, you just want to be in the Sailor Moon nostalgia, there is a podcast called AniFem. I think you had to type out on the podcast Anime Feminist, but yeah, there's a watch along of Sailor Moon. Did they do Crystal? I don't remember. I think it's the original. But yeah, there's like a watch along of Sailor Moon, and one person on there haven't watched Sailor Moon at all, so it's kind of interesting. And the person also has a blog too. That's where I found the podcast. But yeah, if you don't want to buy anything, there is that. There's a Sailor Moon watch along. You watch with people, and you can comment on the blog. On the person's blog of the watch along. I'm pretty sure there's probably specific blogs and podcasts about Sailor Moon. And yeah, the more I talk about, the more I'm not supposed to buy this palette. Looking at this, because the first row was too late, and it's pretty much like these colors here. Like on camera, it even looks super light here. Like these are kind of like how they will show up on me. And this light colors, since when was it light? I don't think I'm that light. Like right now, I think I look super light, especially with the lighting. I'm just using a lamp right now, but like these are kind of the same value of the colors on the first row. There you go. The yellow, a champagne, pinky champagne, and brown. You can see like these two colors here just look like white on my skin, and the brown. There you go. It's kind of, and I figured out a way to work with them now. So ironically, trying to get into my palettes and like use them more made me find more ways to work with colors that that don't look originally very good on me in the eyes. But now I can figure out how to use them. It also makes me want to buy more palettes, and now I know I can not to like make myself sound like bitter or anything, but I figured out how to save money on my palettes, I guess. Use all the shadows. That was my goal of them. But yeah, like how white. Like one's a champagne and one's like an off. Like this one's supposed to be yellow, but it's so white on me. Like I don't have there's no reason for me to buy more light shadows. Yeah, why is this so light on me? It is like the color white. Was it always like that? What is happening with the shade? Hold on. I'm just like, yeah, that's white. That's white. Yeah. Well, either way. Yeah, like right now, this is a white shade. I feel like I want to add. I like adding. There we go. I like to decrease my shading. I like making my nose look more flat, quite honestly. Can't do much with that. That's just the shape of my face. Ooh, tingly. But the shadow is just driving me crazy. There you go. Okay. Look at that bright ass nose. I don't know. I like looking shiny as fuck, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. I don't want to discourage someone who thinks, because before all these palette reviews were really helpful for me trying to find palettes. And I really needed them to see how to spend my money the best. But sometimes people are like, do you need that color? Do you need that palette? A lot of people will say no. But then sometimes that is the perfect palette for you. If it is, you should get it. If not, don't. And if you buy it anyways, it's okay. You'll probably find a way to use it. Like I found a way to use this really white shade. I mean, like, wow, holy crap, that's white. But yeah. Thanks for watching this hour-long video. I feel like posting it right now. I don't know why. But thanks for watching. I just wanted to get on here and talk, I guess. So I'll tell you guys about it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Another hour-long video. But yeah, I'm just really thankful for everyone watching. So just want to say that.